Dear students, good morning to all. Myself, Mr. Ashok Kumar Mahapatra, Assistant Teacher of International School, Gurukul. So, we will study about the topic National Income Accounting. Accounting of National Income. What it means? It means the total income of the country, how we can calculate, how we can measure that total income of the country. So basing upon the national income of a country, we can say that country is a rich country, otherwise poor country, otherwise underdeveloped country, whatever. Therefore, national income accounting or accounting of national income is the first and foremost parameter of a country. Already I told you, summation of sum of all the individuals' income in a country and from different sources, different farms, different households, whatever income we are getting, that is known as national income. Individual farms, the income source of individual farms, households, that goes to finally to the national income. Therefore, the citizen of a country, whatever incoming, that sum of their income is known as national income. So, we are observing so many states are counting as poor states, so many states are counting as rich states. So that is basing upon only the parameter which is known as national income. So first we should know, in order to count a country is a rich country, we are generally focusing to first natural resources, that contaminant of natural resources. Any country which is full of natural resources like full of forests, full of minerals, water resources, fertile land, otherwise agricultural fields, whatever. They are the general elements, they are the basic elements that can make a country that is a rich country. And we can say also, all over the world, all the countries having not equal distribution of these parameters. What I told? That one is mineral resources, otherwise water resources, otherwise forest resources, agricultural fields. So if we will focus, if we will observe all the countries, we will not find they are equally distributed. Not these parameters are equally distributed all over the world. But after that, can you count? Suppose any country having fulfilling these criteria, any country that is fulfilling these criteria means full of mineral resources, full of water resources, full of forests, full of agricultural field. But can you say that country is a rich country? You can't say that country is a rich country instead of the contaminant of these parameters. Why? Now, for an example, if you just consider to Africa continent, already you know that is full of mineral resources, full of water, full of forest, agricultural field also. After that, why Africa is not counted as a rich country? So you can say, if these factors are the required, if factors are almost required, but after that, if we will not utilize, if utilization is not done, production is not done by using these parameters, the country cannot be a rich country. So, what is the factor required? That factor is called production. Production is required. Production is required. Otherwise, you can say utilization. Utilization of natural resources. That is the first and foremost parameter. If we are not utilizing these parameters, these resources, then we can say, since production is not going on, since utilization is not going on, therefore that country cannot be counted as a rich country. Next, you can say, a best example is Japan. Japan, nearby the coast of Pacific Ocean, is a very small country that is in Southeast Asia. So in Southeast Asia, Japan is a very small country that is nearby the Pacific Ocean, and that is totally not contains any type of natural resources, particularly mineral resources are zero, and forests are also zero. Few agricultural fields are only available in Japan. So after that, why Japan is counted as a rich country amongst the countries? Japan is a position holder. Japan is a rich country. What is the reason? You will say that country may importing the natural resources from other countries, but production process is going on and utilization process is going on fully. Therefore, Japan is a rich country in spite of lack of natural resources. In spite of lack of natural resources. So, it is the conclusion that if utilization is going on, if production process is going on, then we can say that country is a rich country, because we can say national income of the country that from different farms, otherwise households, that will accounts more. For that reason, the country can be counted as a rich country. So, in order to going through production, first we will discuss about some concepts which are the requirements for the production process. So, first we can say what is called capital goods, because production process that requires production process means we are producing the goods and services. That is called production process. Whenever a country gives emphasis, gives focus towards production, it means producing different goods as well as services are there. Then we can say if goods and services simultaneously they are creating, then only you can consider, then we can say that country is a rich country. So before going to that production process, in production process of that manufacturing process is generally considered to the following objects. First is called what? Capital goods. So what is called capital goods? That we can say that goods we will prepare. and that is the final good. That is sorry, we want to discuss first final goods. First we want to discuss about final goods. Final goods means those goods that is finally utilized by the consumer. That is called final goods. Finally utilized by the consumer. It does not require any production. It does not require any process. So that good is known as final goods. For an example, if you are catching fishes from the sea or pond or river, and that you are consuming as food, then you can say fishes are the final goods. If you are consuming the fishes directly, that you can say that fishes are the final goods. Suppose picking up fruits, you are utilizing mangoes, pineapples, whatever fruits you are consuming. So that does not require any process. That does not require to go to any manufacture process. So for that case, you can say those are called final goods. It means utilized by the consumer finally and not required to go any other stage. So that is known as final goods. So now after that we can say consuming goods. Consuming goods means that we can say that goods is consumed by the consumer. That goods is consumed by the consumer. It means consumer utilizes for fulfilling its satisfaction, for fulfilling its aims, for fulfilling its objectives, and that he needs. That is known as consuming goods. For an example, we are taking food, we require it. We are using clothes, we require it. So that is called consuming goods. So considering to consuming goods, you will find some goods that will be consumed very fast. That will be consumed very fast. Just you can consume it within few seconds, few minutes. So that is called short period consumption. That is called what? Short period consumption goods. For example, any type of food that will require very few minutes in order to consumption. Therefore, you can say that is immediate consumption good. That is called immediate consumption goods because that their utilization will be consumed very fast. So you can say that is immediate consumption goods. But certain goods generally you require for fulfilling your requirement, but that will not be consumed very fast. It takes time. It takes a long time, and you require it in order to fulfill your demand, in order to fulfill your requirement, in order to fulfill your need. So that you can say that consumption, durable consumption. That is called durable consumption. For an example, a television consumption will take so much time. Mobile consumption will take so much time. It means it is durable. It will last for a long time. It will last for a long time. So, keeping view to the consumption goods, we can say they are classified as two categories. One is short-term consumption, another is called long-term consumption. First is short-term consumption, second one is long-term consumption. Then we can say what are called capital goods. What are called capital goods? Remember, capital goods generally we will not consume it directly, but it helps for making goods. It helps for making goods. For an example, machines require, different type of tools require, infrastructure require. so that we can manufacture the consumption goods. If machines require to doing something else, if machines require for preparing foods, if infrastructure required for keeping machine, so like that does not directly helps to the consumer, that does not comes to the direct use of the consumer, for the direct use of the consumer, but it requires for the manufacturing of consumption goods, that is known as capital goods. So without capital goods we cannot manufacture our consuming goods, so that is known as capital goods. And after that we can say another goods is that intermediate goods. So what is called intermediate goods? Intermediate goods. Intermediate goods means that good you can not use directly, but it will help for the manufacture of final good. Final good that is directly used by the consumer, that you require, that will fulfill your demand. So that is known as intermediate goods. For an example, steel is required for manufacture of different accessories. For example, iron is required for the manufacture of railway wagons, railway coaches, railway tracks. So that we can say whatever is not directly we require but indirectly we require for the manufacture of, it helps for the manufacture of final goods. It helps for the manufacture of final goods. So that is known as intermediate goods. You can say for say some grains that is not utilized by you directly. You want to make it powder by machines. So after the manufacture it is ready to use, so that is called final goods. And before that, when it requires again processing, then you can say that is intermediate goods. So intermediate goods generally having the cost, and that includes in the rate of the final goods. So you have to say the final goods generally include the rate of intermediate goods. So students, already we discussed about different type of goods. In next class we will again read about this chapter. Thank you, and we will prepare this chapter. Any doubt arises, you will make a call to me, and stay home, stay safe, and more time you will utilize in study. Thank you.